G'day folks, welcome to episode 6 of the Voyage of Callisto. This I'll be showing you a bit of the motorworks. And also in this episode, at the end of the segment, you'll hear a song which is copyrighted to Faye
From up top this time, rather than climbing in. So, that's the engine room. Up the front, I'll just see if I can get the light working. Right, you got light? Yes, you got light. Right. Hi folks, here is the engine as I was trying to show you before. It never took. Up the front there is work, down there is where my impeller is. It comes off that pipe there. At the moment, as you see, we're concentrating on the steering. That shaft goes all the way up the back there, and I'll show you a bit of footage in a minute of where it actually goes to. The gearbox is down there, which I'm going to service on the other side here. So we're just going to work out, I think that is my header tank from what I can see. So I'm just going to make sure that we've got plenty of water in that, that everything's running correctly, and plus the impeller's working as well correctly. And then clean up all the things. I have obviously got an autopilot on this boat. I've just got to work out how to use it and set the autopilot up. That's the old fridge, 240 volt, it doesn't work. That work, the hot water service does run off the engine, but it's also 240 volt, so we haven't got that running. I've got a gas one that I'm going to hook up to the vessel. I'll just close this down in a minute and I'll stop this video and I'll show you where the rest of this shaft runs that I've got to repair a bearing in it. But yeah, that's the engine. That's my engine room. I want to take footage of it because I was mentioning the engine before in previous videos of what we're doing. This engine just needs a quick service. And yes, the engine does run. I've had the engine running with just water from the header tank only. Alright, I'll be back shortly. Okay, as I go down into the engine room here, down into the back room, excuse the mess as I said before. I'm talking about the shaft. Well, that shaft that runs from the front of the engine goes up through there. And that shaft actually has a clunk in it, which we believe that the bearing on the other side of that fitting might have gone, which is an easy job to fix. I can just undo the fitting, pull the bearing off and put a new bearing in. However, in this other door, which I will show you in 2 seconds, we'll just open this cover up. I'll swing around here. And if you remember me mentioning about the shaft, that it does come down, that is the bearing on the shaft that comes from the other end, which is all greased up. This bearing seems to be okay, and from what I can see, we should have any issues, and then that one up there has got a bearing as well on the other side of that there. Well, that shaft, the whole shaft, runs to the back of the boat, through that wall, through to where I just showed you before. This is just, to me, the steering's got a lot of working parts, so you've got to really maintain and keep a good eye on this to make sure this never fails. But that's part of the job I'm doing at the back end of the vessel. And as I stated before, just previously, where this sits, I've got to pull that wall off, which will be in probably the next episode, and replace the bearing on that. If I have to, I'll replace all the bearings. I'm not too fussed about doing that. It's not too hard of a job. Just get down into there, move the split pin, move the cog, take it off, knock that bearing out, put a new one on, and you're right. Alright, and because all this, as you'll see, runs back into here, which goes in turn all the way through to the motor engine room, which I just showed you before. So you just undo those 4 bolts here to change the bearing. Part of the cupboards here full of clothes, as you can see. This has got a lot of storage, this old girl. But yeah, we're on top of all the work, and we get in there very, very slowly. And we just hope that we've finalised it. Excuse the mess in here, as we said, but she is getting work done. There's your back of your boat. You've never really had a good look in here. As you see, she's fairly solid and really nice and clean. Other than the work we've got to finalise, and that's basically the back bunk. And then there's 2 bunks over there, which this room will be shared with my daughter and a crew member, which we're chasing a female crew member for that reason, that it will be shared with a 15-year-old girl. Alright, we'll come back out here to the engine room. As previous videos you've seen those, the radar, sounder and GPS. They were just laid on the nav table. Well, there they are, they're now fitted. That'll be the next job, which is the HF radio, which I'm currently chasing wiring, as you can see up through there. And most of the navigation will be done via a iPad. But yeah, this is my wheelhouse. There's all our battery connectors down there. All the way through there, there's 5 batteries in there, 700 watts, amp hours of battery. Alright, thank you. Oh, yep, there's my silly Genoa sitting on the windscreen. I'll be back soon with more videos for you.
When I least expected someone new, I turned around and darling, I saw you. Never been so captivated, never quite anticipated. Such a force would come out of the blue.
That song there was by Faye, who is actually part owners of the vessel. So I've got the copyrights for that song for myself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos and enjoy the photos we put at the end. The next video will be on the rear steering station, the paint out, the fiberglass repairs. And there's the old girl there. Hey, SV Callisto. Thank you, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying our little segments that we're doing. Thank you.